Zur can be found on Earth this week. He is at the Winding Cove. I believe that's probably his only location. Come up here. There's actually a little cave that you can go into. Because last time he was here, I was like, you gotta jump up to him. Nope, there's a cave. Huh. It's not as fun as jumping. Anyway, Zur isn't bringing the best stuff. Well, we have the Graviton Lance. So this is a pulse rifle. It has the third shot and the burst does higher damage. That is at the cost of the first two shots in the pulse burst doing basically nothing. You'll hit for like 2 or 4 damage. It's been a while since I've used it. It doesn't hit for really anything, the first two shots. You're banking the entire damage of each burst on the last round of each burst. And due to the inconsistent nature of pulse rifles, sometimes your target moves, so you have to still be good at tracking your targets. The plus side is that final round has no fall-off damage for the most part, so you can be doing max damage at basically any range. The in perk here, Cosmology, kills this weapon, cause enemy targets to detonate. Yeah, it's supposed to like turn them into a black hole. That's what the lore tab says. The bullet-sized black holes. But man, let me tell you, it's bad. Just this perk doesn't really do anything. It makes enemies die in a flashy way, but it's kind of wasted. It's just a very narrow thing. Whenever they explode, they'll be flung backwards from where they are. So yeah, it's not as good as like just Firefly or explosive rounds, some of those other perks. This is definitely an interesting weapon. On PC, I was getting hit pretty hard with this and actually having a little bit of trouble combating it. I haven't gotten it yet on PC, so I'll probably get that and try it out this weekend. On console, pass. This is not a good weapon for a console player. For Hunter Armor, we have the Young Omkara's Spine with increased trip mine duration and marks enemies damaged by the blast. This is not a good exotic. The only good thing about this actually is that you can go reinforce mod and it completely removes the mobility stat, allowing you to not have mobility on one piece of armor. Pretty interesting. But the main perk here... Okay, so your trip mine lasts longer. If you mess up your trip mine throw and it's pointed at a weird angle, well, congrats, you messed up your trip mine throw. Trip mine is like, I guess it could be, this one could be okay in PvE if you know where enemies are coming from and you plant that way in advance. But in PvP, it's like this giant lighthouse beacon that is just saying, hey, I'm right here. If you run into me, it's your fault for not noticing it. So the best way to use trip mine is actually to like throw it during combat to kind of hope that your opponent's disoriented. It's weird, and the increased duration doesn't really, warrant anything in my opinion, especially since it just doesn't one hit like it does in Destiny 1. The marking of the targets lasts for a pretty substantial time, which is really great because then your teammates can also see that target being marked. But aside from that, no, it's not a good exotic. Don't pick it up. Not worth it. Mask of the Quiet One, however, definitely a good exotic. Grants melee grenade and class energy when damaged. Void ability kills. Grant health regeneration. This exotic has a couple of bugs with it. The void ability kills grant health regeneration. That doesn't proc on your super kills. So when you kill stuff with the melee portion of your sentinel super, it doesn't heal. But if you throw your shield at them, it does. Kind of weird. And then the ability kills, it procs on melee kills, but it procs on grenade damage, which kills. Okay, whatever. You're still damaging someone with a grenade. A little bit weird as well. The grants melee grenade and class ability energy when damaged is whenever you're damaged. There's about like a 1 to 2 second cooldown on it, maybe, from the tests that I've done. So you're constantly going to be regenning your abilities, energy in both PvE and PvP. You should be constantly taking damage there for the most part. It's more of a PvE thing, in my opinion, because you can more consistently take damage there and not die, whereas in PvP, if you're consistently taking damage, you're consistently dead. So, it's definitely a good exotic. One of the better ones, I think, for just about any spec, especially since the melee grenade, class ability energy, that works on every class. So yeah. We got the Nazarek's Sin for Warlocks, where we have Void damage kills increase ability energy recharge rate. Void damage kills. So you're probably thinking, hey, that's going to be great for Void Walker. Well, it's actually great for anything because you can use it with energy weapons. Hey, and power weapons. As long as you are dealing void damage on those kills, yeah, it increases that ability recharge rate. This is one of the better options for both PvE and PvP in my eyes for a Warlock because it's very easy to just always have a void energy weapon or a void power weapon. Yeah, it's just good. Get it. And I wish you could see what other armor looks like on other classes when you inspect it, but it looks amazing. One of the better looking things in the game. Xur, you did good for Titans and Warlocks this week. Weapons and Hunters, better luck next time, buddy.